Grab your wine. It's time for Tipsy Tuesday.
Who's ready for Tipsy Tuesday? What's it called when you do the chicky, 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 chicky? Look how pretty!
A fun weekly show where we grab our favorite drink. Salud!
Diana!
I say, it's nice.
We take our bras off.
Somebody just wrote chicken.
And we laugh at people from around the world.
Yeah, I want some cheese and crackers. Of course I do.
Sometimes we even have guests.
So put your jammies on.
It's time for Tipsy Tuesday.
Good evening. It's Tipsy Tuesday. Girl, who needs a drink? I'm over here chomping on chips. It is very warm in Wisconsin. Girl, I hear you. It's the beginning of a heat wave here, and the air conditioner broke in the other house, and the renter comes in tomorrow. So there was a mad rush today. Hey, Terry. Hey, Tiffany. From Rockwall, Texas. I'd never heard of Rockwall. What's it near? I need a drink after fighting with my teenage daughter. Girl, let's drink to that. It's freezing in Washington. You're joking. It's a heat wave. We have to be at work. What? For meetings tomorrow and Thursday. Girl, what? What? Kimberly, welcome. All right. So I don't know if everybody saw the video I put out. No lie. The teal wand. First of all, raise your hand if you saw the video. That was my first reaction video. And the only reason I made it is because those were the actual faces I was making when I saw the video for the first time. I was like, is this for real? What is happening? Why is this Anne-Marie? Whose idea? And I feel bad because that lady looks like a nice lady. And she was like, I know what my life's purpose is. My life's purpose is to make this device. And no, it's not fake, Julie. See it? It's trolling me right now. Girl. No. And Lisa, did you see Tracy's comment? That's what I thought was the funniest part of it. If you didn't see it, there is a product called the Teal Wand. And it looks like what one might see at a vaginal ultrasound. Not giant. Anyway, Judy, but you're a nurse. I feel like nurses would look at this a little different than the rest of us. But the basic gist is you give yourself your own pap smear. For those of you that were like, you know what I have been dying to add to my list of like dishes, laundry, pap smears at home, like that. Your day has finally come. But the funniest thing about it is there were 3 comments, and one of the comments just wrote, finally, in capital letters. And that's how I read it. And that's how I hope you read it. No other words. She was just like, one word will cover this. Finally. Like, finally, they have a cure for cancer. Nope, Tracy, that's not what it is. Finally, we can save the whales. Nope, that's not it either, Tracy. Finally, I can give myself a pap smear at home. I don't know. I know. It's too much. But I do feel a little bad making fun of it. Mm-hmm. Curly top. Mm-hmm. All her dreams, this woman's dreams had come true. She's like, I've worked my entire life to make this a reality. And there's a dumbass comic in the country of Pennsylvania who's making fun of it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do appreciate the color guard test at home. Also weird. But for some people who are never going to go, I mean, girl, I just started figuring out self-checkout, and it's been 3 years. You know what messes me up? Do you put the fruit on the scale before you put the code of the fruit? Because if you do it wrong, then the little thing's going to go off. It's my bedtime. Did you hear my thing? If you put the fruit on without putting the code in first, depending on what grocery store you're at, girl, the thing's gonna ring. It's gonna stop. If it took me 3 years to learn self-checkout and the proper coding of the produce, what makes you think that a giant stick in a box is gonna be like real clear to me and be like, because then I feel like at some point, if you did do this at home, I feel like there's got to be like a little line on the outside of the box where it's like, what percentage of confidence do you have in your ability for this to be accurate? Like, I would do it. I'd be like 18% tops that this is accurate. I'm not even sure it was in the right hole. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you want. I wasn't trained. I didn't go to school. I didn't even take like an adult education class on this. I know, Melanie. I'm glad you got my stick in the box reference. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why you're trusting me to be sticking things in my body and mailing it to you in a proper fashion. Mm-hmm. I know. It's just too much, Crystal. Don't get me started on the produce. Mm-hmm. And do you charge it yourself? Mm-mm. So, I love, listen, sometimes talking to the lady that does my pap is the only person I talk to all day. I'm like, yeah, okay. Is it real or AI? Katie, to my knowledge, that was a real product. And, Tracy's a real person going, oh, finally. Mm-hmm. I do know, Judy. That was for dramatic intent. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I won't cut my own hair to save money. Why am I doing my own pap? The best part was when she said, and then think about how then you can get to all the other things you wanted to do today. I'm like, bitch, I'm going to get to all that stuff anyway. And I will let the people, I don't fix my own car. I don't fix my own air conditioner. I bet it doesn't even go to a doctor. It goes to some guy named Frank living in his basement. Jeremy, you're not wrong. They probably got a whole run your own lab program somewhere else going on. They're just doling out all the stuff. They probably got their own courier. They don't even use UPS or the U.S. Postal Service. They're like, it's just a guy named Joe. He's going to pick it up. We don't use the Postal Service. We don't want to be a part of it. It's a scam. So we got a guy named Joe. He's going to come pick it up. You do have to give him a snack. He's probably going to be hungry. And then he's going to go to Frank's house. And Frank is running his do-it-yourself lab. And then, yeah. Does it get you to the end of the street? I don't know. But did you see the thing on the end of it? The little, do you throw that away? I don't know. I'm waiting for your fill your own cavity kit. You're not wrong. Don't you do your own poop test and just send it in? Same difference. Judy, it's not the same. It's not the same. Stuff coming out is not the same stuff going in. Now, that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to get into bodily functions. We have a line with open mic. It's a very loose line. It is. It'll be exactly. Eventually, they're just going to have you just run the test yourself like an easy bake oven. It's just too much. Too much. So I will say this, and I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to be lucky if I get 3 stars this week. It's a devastating week for rentals, and I do have to make a video about it tomorrow, but it's been not good. So I'll fill you in tomorrow. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Yesterday, Jason and I went to our first hot yoga together. Girl, I'm going to tell you something. And I don't know who needs to hear this. You're not in good shape. You're like, girl, tell me something I don't know. Girl. Do you guys know what Shavasana is? Can you spell it? No one can. I don't even know. Shh. S-H-A-V Sana. I don't know how you spell it. All I know is that it involves you in a downward dog 80 times in a row. And I don't know, just so you know, if you were like, you know what, you were inspiring me to do yoga. Girl, yin. Girl, yin. If you're like, I would like to try yoga, but I don't want to be aggressive about it. Yin. Do you know what yin is? Yin is basically somebody just playing calming music like at a massage parlor while you just lay. You just lay. What's the ending one where you just lay there? Anybody know the name? There's a name for it. Chaturanga. It's corpse pose. The corpse pose is that, well, she calls it something else. Is that Shavasana? Listen, they Shavasana so many times. It's when you have to get into a high plank, lower yourself into a low plank, and then push yourself up into cobra, and then transition from there into downward dog, but 80 times. I really hope that whenever you see me in person, you just go, wow, your shoulders look amazing. My shoulders are the only reason I don't have a concussion, because it's too much. It's too much. Oh, Shavasana is when you lay on the floor. So then what's the one where you have to like go? Does anybody know? So it's high plank, low plank, up to cobra, downward dog. What's that called? Kathleen, so we went yesterday. So yin. Here's what I'm going to say, yin. If you're just like, I just want to relax, yin. They won't give me a new hip. Tanny, I went to the hip doctor. Here's me. I would like a new hip. Here's her. No. I said, why won't you give me a hip? She said, well, you have a hip and yours isn't that bad. I was like, do you want to tell my hip that? So we talked, and she said, your hip, chaturanga. Thank you, Elaine. Chaturanga is the one that sucks. She won't give it to me. So she says, you definitely have osteoarthritis. I can see it in both hips. Your left is worse. I was like, okay, so let's get the hip. Yeah, she was like, no hips for you. And I said, okay, can you give me the juice? Now, you say that to anybody, and you will get a lot of different answers. But she knew. Hip lady knows. I'm like, give me the juice. Just right in the side. And I hear that people like it. And she said no. And I said, I feel like exactly the juice, Kathleen, the cortisone. I don't know. Whatever it is you put in there that makes people feel better, that's what I want. No. I'm not going to give you that either. I said, I feel like you and I are not, this date is not going well. And she said, listen, I need you to start with some physical therapy. I'm not going to do that. And this medicine. And I want you to see how it goes. And I was like, and then you'll give me the juice. She was like, no. She goes, listen, if this was your knee, I would juice you up as much as you want. I'd be like, I'll give you juice right now. She said, but there's actually been studies that said that actually giving the juice in your hip actually degrades the hip faster. She goes, so we actually try to avoid it. I was like, I think you need to talk to some of my friends that got the juice. She didn't want to. She didn't want to see any of them. Now I'm going to have my own home cortisone administration kit. Judy, you're not wrong. I'm more apt to do that than my pap. I can tell you that. I'll juice myself up. Okay. And that's not something you should say in front of people. I juice myself up all the time. Cheers. So she wouldn't give me the juice. And yeah. But I was like, listen, I'm doing yoga so I can gain mobility. But every time I do it, my hip itself hurts. But if I don't do it, then everything hurts. It's a conundrum. She's like, I'm telling you, I want you. Oh, the juice, Carol, it's like cortisone shots. So I said, let me ask you this. She says, we very rarely give the juice for the hips. And I was like, I don't know. She goes, we will, like if you've tried everything else. I said, so here's what I'm saying. Here's what I hear you saying. That the moment you give me the juice in the hips, sounds real dirty, I'm about to have surgery. She's like, essentially, yes. It means that there's nothing's working and you need. She goes, but I can tell by your x-ray, you have some spurs, old lady talk. She said, but you should be fine. She goes, you look like you're in good shape. You know, you should be fine. She goes, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. I was like, okay. And so then she started talking about something. I said, well, honestly, my neck hurts much worse than my hips. Like if I had to rank them all, and then I got a bum finger, this finger, random. She said, I'm telling you, she goes, this medicine, and it has. She goes, some people will take, she goes, don't get discouraged. Some people have relief the next day. Other people have to be on it for like 3 weeks before they feel it. I felt it the next day. I was like, all right. As someone with one replaced hip and the other one touched me with, it's true that the shots eventually make it worse. All right. I believed her. She was like, listen, Dina, all I do is hips and knees. That's all I do. And you know what? That's who I want to talk to. I don't want to talk to a person who's like, what do you got? What joint you want to talk about? I'm like, if you don't know what joint we're talking about, I don't need to talk to you. The finger issue must be coming from your neck. Are you being serious, Sue? Is it just because I'm like, oh yeah, like that? Is it dark there? Yes, it is dark there. You can see our lights in the background. I just got my second night and they drew up fluid. We're back in 3 months. Severe arthritis, right hip. I can't wait to get a new hip. Good luck. All right, Rita, you and I. What did she give you? Methadone? No. Melatonin. Starts with an M. M-E-L. But it's a nerve connection thing. I'm being serious. What? Yeah, the juice is great until it isn't. I'm getting my old lady crooked finger. Remember, I used to say, Diana, we were in the car, which one finger is worse than the other. I think it's this one. And Diana would be like, we're going that way. And I go, can you pick a side? Which way? That way. I go, well, the knuckle is pointing that way. Meloxicam. Judy knows it. Meloxicam. It is one of those NSAI, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. Never been on one. I'm in the group. Who's in the group? Raise your hand. This is such an old lady show. Okay, raise your hand if you're still hot, but you're on an NSAI. NSAI. Not methadone. My fingers and elbow hurt from a pinched nerve in my neck. What? NSAID. NSAID? Do we say that? Okay. So raise your hand if you're still hot, but you're on a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. Okay. Where's that group? Where's that Facebook page? Hot in what sense? Girl, if you were hot, you would know it. Mm-hmm. We have lots of bottles of meloxicam in our house. I had no idea. I need this. Heather, you're going to love it. Mm-hmm. It is pronounced NSAID. I'm in the NSAID club. Girl, let's start a club. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the NSAID club. Yep, feeling pretty fancy about it. So we go. Okay. So Jason and myself and his daughter had gone to hot yoga last week, but it was yin. I'm telling you, girl, if you never did yoga in your whole life, yin. You'll be like, this is yoga? I could totally do this. You know, when you're pregnant, you're about to have a baby, but like your contractions start and they're like cramps. You're like, this is pregnancy. I could totally do that. It's like that. Yin is like that and it's like the yoga before the actual yoga starts. That's yin. You'll love it. They play nice music and it's usually not hot. So last week we yinned. And here's Jason walking out like John Travolta. Da-da-da-da. He's like, that wasn't hard at all. I'm like, yeah, that was yin that we just did. We did yin. And he was like, yeah, I could totally hot yoga. I go, okay, but that was yin. That wasn't real. That was just us going to pay somebody to help us relax. It's wonderful and relaxing. As I close the bedroom door. Good for you, Kim. And so yesterday I was like, we're going to go to actual hot yoga. And there's like lots of vinyasana is where we should be, but we didn't do that. Vinyasana is like these poses and you kind of free flow through them, right? And you still get a little sweaty because it's hot. And then there's something from the devil called yoga sculpt. And that is from the devil. And that's what we did yesterday. Have you ever taken, I have taken ibuprofen, not aspirin. I try not to take a lot of Tylenol because of my kidneys and liver. And ibuprofen kind of helps, but it's not great. But the meloxicam is fantastic. Anyway, so we show up. Now, the classes that I've been to by myself, maybe 12 people in one sweaty room. But we went on a Monday and they were like, just so you know, Mondays are very busy. And I was like, I don't think that's good for us. So we get in there and I think that we're going to be like next to each other, but there was no room. So like I'm in the middle and he's in like the back off to the right. I'm going to tell you a story. Now I'm going to describe this man to you, and it's going to sound different than what I want it to be sounding like, and I want you to stay with me. Are you ready? There's a nice lady to my right, and then just the door. Like I'm up against a door. Fine. I don't want anybody to see me only half-assing this yoga class, so it's fine. I like to hide. So, this man lays his yoga mat down. Well, actually, he just throws it down. He doesn't lay it down. And then he immediately starts talking to this pretty girl next to me. And he's not yoga talking. Okay. So yoga talking is like, hey, how was your week? How you doing? He's like, so how you been, everybody? Just that. But besides that, his body is perfect. A six-pack girl, it was 10. Tan and the tiniest little camouflage shorts on. Now I know Jason's over his shoulder. So I'm trying not to look, but honestly, I'm just telling you, it was like so just testosterone spewing off of his body. And I was just like, ugh. And he's right in front of me. And when I say it, like not in a good way. Do you know what I'm saying? I was saying this story to Missy, and she said he sounds thirsty. I said, that's exactly You know what I'm saying? You know when I think that a man is like truly like attractive is when they can just like be themselves and just be confident in themselves that they don't have to walk around, just have to. I'm like, did I look whatever? But did I enjoy it the whole time? No. No. Okay. Because I got a white man back here, all right, that is trying. So the two of us, all right, are sweating more than everyone. And about halfway through the class, I realized I didn't have lunch. Now, why is that important right now? Because when you didn't eat lunch and probably didn't have enough water, everything becomes dizzy. So now, I was like 35 minutes into a 60-minute class. And apparently that's as much as I wanted to do. And then everything was just moving. So now the one thing I don't want to do is be the lady that passes out. And so I just sit on the floor and go into like, like head down, just try to relax. No, I was not swimming. Denise, the whole time I was thinking, I bet he is not, I bet he's not even good at math. Like, why would I think that? Why would I randomly, I was just making judgment. I was like, I bet he doesn't know history at all. Like, I don't know. I don't know if he knows history or math, but I was like, you can't look like that and then just also be, and that's wrong for me to think that, but that's what was going through my mind. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think he was good at math. Listen, I'm not good at math. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. And I was like, you know who's good with math? White guy in the back. That one. That's mine. Mm-hmm. Eileen, you're coming. Mm-hmm. So for the rest of the class, I'm just stretching. I don't even care. I'm looking at these girls next to me. What are you, 27? I'm over here on the floor rolling around. And I'm like, I'm proud of my 35. And yeah. But the whole time I was thinking, oh, you go ahead 27 and do all the poses and be upright. Whatever. All right. This body's had a bunch of babies and it's tired. Mm-hmm. I was probably a little hangry, Judy. But we came home. And by the time we ate, Judy, it was like 8:15, 8:30. And I was hanging in there not being cranky. But I was literally eating a salad and like maybe being mean. And Jason was like, what is going on? But I was like actively eating and still hangry. Like it had been. You're right. I had kids older than you. You're right, Carol. I don't think this girl was 20. She was the same age as Dean. And why do I feel the need to keep up with her? I'm like, girl, I put in a good 35 minutes, and that's really good for me. Hot, hungry, and dehydrated. Yeah, it wasn't a good combination. And listen, I spent a solid amount of time on the floor. And not one time did the instructor come over and be like, are you okay? I don't know. I guess we're supposed to be responsible for ourselves. I don't know. But can he read a book? Yeah, I don't know. But it was a lot. It was a lot of testosterone. I don't need that kind of testosterone, especially when I'm like so gross and sweaty. But I will say this. I know that what I described sounds very alluring, especially the part where I pass out. But I will say that when I come home, I sleep like a baby. Jason is like, is that my hot woman rolling around on the floor? Oh, yes, it was. You're right, Sue. There's usually not a lot of usually, and actually most of the guys in the yoga class are very like slim. Oh my gosh. And here's the other thing. Okay. So you had to have like this is yoga sculpt. So they said you're supposed to have like 2 smaller weights and then a bigger weight. Then you gotta yank this big weight around your head or some bullshit. And so I had like 2 5-pound weights and a 15. And considering that I was dizzy, that was those were good numbers for me. I don't even think I touched the 15. Here's him. Okay. He's got 35 pounds and he's just making sounds the whole time. And I was like, I don't need this. While I'm rolling around the floor over here, I got to listen to your Fred Flintstone sound. I don't need this in my life. And then he went out, which you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to open the sealed door. He opened the sealed door, got heavier weights and more water. It's too much. Give me a skinny, bony guy, all right, that hasn't seen a lot of the sun. Maybe he works in accounting. Put that guy in front of me, okay? Too much. Claire, in yoga sculpt, no breaks. In vinyasa, breaks. Danielle, are you coming to hot yoga? Gotta bring your mom. No. Yeah, my workout would have been carrying those weights inside. But I will say, I was like, if someone doesn't compliment my shoulders soon, I'm going to hit somebody with a weight. Because the amount of times you have to downward dog. Jason, did you hear all the sounds that caveman was making in the class?
No, we talked about that.
When he was like,
I had a giant speaker in my ear.
Yeah. Oh, and then the music. Okay, so if you go to like a yin or even a vinyasa class, vinyasa class, it's like this really like relaxing like music you'd hear at a spa, right? The class, yoga sculpt, girl club music. Couldn't hear a thing she said. Couldn't hear anything. It was like bam, 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 bam. And I was like, what is she doing? Somebody said, was Jason in the back just going, look at that hot girl over there rolling around on the floor. That's my woman.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for making sure.
What?
Yeah, that was me rolling around on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, giving up. But I do feel better. Okay. What are you doing?
I was trying to pour.
But I do feel better. You sleep like a baby and your arms get better. Is that really the yoga then? Well, here's what's funny, Judy.
No, it's not. It's not really.
Well, it was more like it had like Pilates in it and weight. So no, it's more like it is sculpting because it's a lot of like, there weren't a lot of poses where if you do like this vinyasa,
is the other shoe down there? What are the plants?
Yeah.
The blue one.
Yeah. If you do vinyasa, Judy, it's just like you hit these poses and you're just sitting in there and you're just stretching. And that is beautiful. These are more like, bah, 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 like just a very different vibe. Very different vibe. But I do feel better. Like my neck doesn't hurt as much. And so I try to do it twice a week. Would he go back? Yeah, we're going back Friday. We both signed up. I think it's good. I think stretching and I think 50 plus stretching is good. Weight training is good. Really just bitch doing anything. Get up and do anything. And you're like, you know what? That's great. That's really great. Yeah. No, what do I think that he would do this on his own? Absolutely not. Absolutely. Would I do this on my own? Debatable. But I feel, what did Missy say the other day? Missy said, I used to exercise to look good. Now I exercise to not hurt. Does that make sense to anybody? It was a very Confucius thing to say. Because of all my silver hair, I had to have a new picture taken at the doctor's office. What does that mean, Linda? Like, do you work there? Or like, why would they take your picture? That is true. I know, Renee, it was too much. I think Diana would like a yin. I'll tell you, I think I'm getting like a 6. I can definitely tell that my waist is smaller. Like your whole core. I mean, at its worst, or best, I don't know. Your core just becomes so strong. They put our pictures on the chart. Yeah. Oh, really? A lot of the places have your pictures on the file, like my dentist and the gym. Really? Doctors are taking your picture? Penny, you get those 2-pound weights out, girl. Yeah. It's couples hot, girl. I'm going to say couples hot yoga. Girl, you're so smelly and sweaty. You're just like, don't touch me. There's nothing about it that's like, let's get closer. I'm like, I'm so gross and disgusting. All right, I'm going to tell you guys something, and I want to know if you agree or disagree. It's either a yes or a no. It's a very simple question. And you either completely and utterly agree with me, or you've never done this, because those are really the only options. You're either yes, Dina, I completely agree with you, or no, and the only reason is because I haven't had this, so I don't know how good it is. Are you ready? The topic, potato chips. Like, that was a very interesting transition. It was. Here's what it is. I like potato chips, but I only like one kind of potato chip. Are you a weirdo and only eat one kind of potato chips? Because some lunatics might say, oh, I'll eat any potato chip. Those people murder. But those of us who know what we like and know there's really only one good kind of potato. Do you believe that all potato chips are made equal? Let's start there. Okay? Because I believe, and I won't even debate you on the type. I might debate you on some of them because some of them are stupid. Okay? Dipped in chocolate is always better. But, okay. A Cape Cod chip definitely means you got some sass, because I do like me a Cape Cod chip. My husband owns a potato chip company. Jeannie, how long are you going to hold on to this information for? Kettle chips, another good one. Nancy, I really don't eat other kind of potato chips. I mostly buy store brand. Okay. I would rather you be somebody that's like a chip weirdo than just be like, I'll eat anything. No, I love them all. Okay, Kathy, you're a murderer. Listen to me. I'm going to show you the potato chips that I'm eating. And I only eat chips with a sandwich, not a standalone chip girl. Okay, well, that's because you haven't tried these, Lorraine. Stay with me. Ian said, wait, where did it go? Sorry, it went away too fast. Ian said that makes his mouth fire. What does? All right, let's talk about chips. Tell me what Ian's talking about. Here we go. Tell me if you've ever had these, and then to act like you don't like them and you can leave, because I don't know how you couldn't. It's the best chip on the planet. Are you ready? It better not be baked. Oh, bitch, no. I'm talking about when you're like, okay, what is wrong with her? Hold on. You know when your daughter got to text you. We don't have the shore house. Okay, here we go. All right, Mooney, this is the one you got to get. So my question is, have you had these? And aren't they the best in the whole world? Are you ready? Girl. Lattice cut chips. Tell me wrong. Girl. It's made by hers. If you've never had these, you need to try them. Girl. You will never eat another chip again. Lattice is fabulous. I don't know who came up with these. Lorene, you've never seen these. They're hard to find. Not everybody has. Do they have hormone replacement therapy? They are. There's progesterone in there. No, there's not. Girl, they're hard to find. Don't think that brand is in our area. Order them on the Amazon. I'm telling you. And you don't need a lot of them. Oh, look whose face just. Oh. You've never seen these before? Okay, I'll try it. Girl. Best chip. Best chip. It's an East Coast thing. You're saying that hers chip? You've never seen a hers chip? You guys are, so let me get this straight. You guys are saying that you've never seen Lattice chips or you've never seen hers? Because if you've never seen Lattice, that I understand because they're hard to find. But everybody's seen hers, right? What? No, we're at the bottom of the bags. We're getting the tiny little chips. Never seen in Florida? Not in Chicago. Bitches, you have to get it off the Amazon. I don't even know if it's on the Amazon. Never heard of it, Madeline? Never heard of a hers chip. I've never heard of hers or Lattice. What? No hers on the West Coast. Isn't it crazy when you think everyone's living in your dimension and then you find out they're... I've never seen hers. Not in Texas, not in Georgia. What?
Bird blizzard.
Why is Bird calling right now? Bird, you know it's Tuesday, right?
Yeah, what?
Tipsy Tuesday?
Oh,
Oh,
it's gonna be.
okay.
Oh, so they only till Friday.
Friday, yeah, 11.
Uh,
Can I call you later? Okay, bye-bye. Okay, I love you, bye. Wow. That's really, I've only had them in PA. No hers in Wyoming. Not in Wisconsin? This is crazy. Not in Mississippi. That is crazy. Wow. My mind is blown. Well, maybe they have it on the Amazon? Do we all have the same Amazon? Let me see. Hold on. Hers. Lattice. Okay. Okay, Amazon. Oh, it's $69. What? 12 7-ounce bags. Bitch, don't buy this. I'll sell it to you for a lot cheaper. $3.83. I don't know how big that bag is, but it's the best. We're all moving to Pennsylvania for the chips. I had no idea. Hers are the official chip of the Phillies and the Eagles. I have done the hers. So in Pennsylvania, the hers factory is here. I thought they shipped everywhere. But you can go on a potato chip factory tour, which might not sound like the coolest thing you've ever done, but it will be, because at the end of it, you can get hot chips right off the press or whatever that thing is called. And it's heaven if you've never had a hot potato chip. Mooney, they're so good. We got Mike Sells in Ohio. I don't know what that means. Trader Joe's used to have Lattice chips. Okay, Sue. Where are you shopping at Trader Joe's? Girl. Listen, this is why Sue's always in a good mood. So I'm heading over to Trader Joe's. Oh, really? Oh. Trader Joe's. What are you going to get there? Just some stuff. Just some things I like to pick up. Trader Joe's. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Charlie's chips. I remember that. It came in the can. Mm-hmm. Martha, you've got to find the lattice chips. So good. Are sold across all 50 American states and 40 countries. Well, they're sold nationally. Wait, somebody Googled. Their highest concentration of availability is in the eastern United States and mid-Atlantic region. Thanks, Trish. My Trader Joe's was out of gluten-free muffins. Just by the way, the strawberry muffins are back. If you head over to a Trader Joe's, get the strawberry muffins gluten-free. They don't taste gluten-free. They taste amazing. I do love the Chick-fil-A lattice chips. I mean, Renee said we had there was fat in the bubbles. What does that mean? My favorite chips are Crippos. For the family, so I haven't gotten not used to not having the sound of waves at night. I know. So good, Tammy. So good. So yeah. Trader Joe's has all the good stuff. Yeah. Is she going to Trader Joe's or Joe's, Shikendra? Because it's a very different experience. You should check in with Sue on that. So. Maybe I'll order one just to taste some Meredith. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Old Dutch Ripple and top the tater here. What's top the tater? I don't even know this. I think it's really funny when like you think that the whole world is having this unified experience and then you find out like you're like, wait, what? You guys don't have this? Humpty Dumpty Barbecue were the best, and they made them in May, but not since they changed hands. So anyway, do they have the teal wand? I don't know where the teal wand is, but I know that Tracy's like, finally. Yeah, I'm going to start a company where I just ship hers lattice chips across the country. You probably make some good money. You're your own distributor. Are you really going to talk about pickles, Judy? Is that what you want to start? Think about it. Do you hear the dog snoring? How do you pay for a bag of hers? It looks expensive. Yeah, no, they're not. They're not that expensive online. I mean, in the store here, because I guess they're just like a guy named Bob that just drives them over from where the factory is. So no, they're not. They're not incredibly expensive here. And I got mine on sale. I bought 3 bags and I still have to hide them. You know you've settled in a house when you're hiding food from the people that you live with and you're not related to any of them. I'm like, I have to hide these. I've definitely felt comfortable. So, so today, Jason's son and I were over at the house moving stuff. We're going to go there again tomorrow. So we're almost completely unpacked or packed up from my house, which is kind of a weird time, but it feels kind of good to be like, okay, everything is here. And so Jacqueline called today and I said, Jacqueline, don't you want to thank him for moving all of your baby clothes and all of your baby art? Who has just like bins of your kids' stuff that you're like, I don't know why I have this, but I don't think I'm allowed to get rid of it until you have kids. Yeah. My full-time renters move in August 1st. So I need to get out, but I had made this picture wall at my house. So I need to take all those pictures down and then probably get the walls patched. I'm trying to like line up painters. I have a gutter guy coming to look at the gutters. I had to fix the air conditioner today. My mother recently gave me my 5th grade report card. I threw it out. Yeah, I did. Diane, they're coming in for 2 years. So I have one large bin for each kid. That's probably the way to do it. And I think that's not true. I have a whole bin full of clothes that in my mind, Diane is going to teach me how to quilt together. Why do I think that that's going to happen? I don't know. I tell my mom to throw that crap out. Yet I'm over here making bins for my kids. Yeah. My mom keeps bringing bins to my house. Yeah. I think that motherhood is just moms making a series of bins. Did your last term rentals just have your family pictures on the wall? Yes. Yeah, because Melanie, they were only supposed to be there for 6 months. It wasn't like they were settling in. Like they barely brought anything with them. It was like the kids are in school, they have what they need. But then that 6 months turned into 10, but it wasn't supposed to be that. So they didn't like bring a lot of stuff. But like this is like 2 years. Send it to Etsy and they'll quilt it for you. No, I think I'm supposed to learn how to quilt. It's like Diana's thing. Do you know how mad she'd be? If I'd be like, look what I had Etsy quilt me. Although if she's watching this, she'd be like, send it to Etsy. I'm busy. Yeah. No, it's a lot. Yeah. I want to throw it all out, Lynette. And it's crazy to me because today we're moving these bins to the car and we had to drive back and forth a couple of times. But I was thinking to myself, this was after I went through things. Like there were probably 3 times this amount of stuff and I got rid of a lot of it. I know, Lorene. I have a quilt that I started when I was pregnant with my first. I still think someday I will finish it. Shelly, maybe we need to get into our quilt season. And I remember both my who are out on their own and neither of them wants them. Why am I saving them? My report card said I talked too much in class. It's better to give it away. I had a garage sale too, but horrible. I lost my patience. Yeah. My kids are great. Marge, Dean, and Jacqueline are up in New York, and Brooke just graduated and will start student teaching in the fall. She has one more semester of student teaching, and then she'll be able to go and get a job, start life. I sent in the shirts for the quilt for my son's high school graduation. He loves it. That's what I'm kind of thinking. So I'm hoping to do something. I think it'll be fun for Di and I to do, or we'll kill each other. One of the two. But isn't that what family's about? Is it? I don't know. All right. Well, listen, we gotta go. I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta get up early and do another whole day of things. Did Di save all your stuff and give it to you? Did you want any of it? Yeah, there was like a couple like photo albums, which I actually just pulled apart and made into nicer photo albums. Like, I don't know why I think my kids are going to do with these pictures, but I did like condense everything. So that was good. That was my clock cuckooing, time for bed. I made one rag quilt and called it quits. Now I have a lovely quilting machine that hems pants. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, hope you had a good one on this Tuesday. And if you are a supporter, we're going to be cooking this weekend, this Sunday. Di and I, we made the most amazing fresh pesto with the basil in the garden from Andrea this past weekend. And I believe this weekend I sent a couple recipes, so those should be posted. So if you'd like to join us, we'll be cooking on the supporter page on Sunday at 5 p.m. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Good to see you as always. And stay tuned for hopefully some more fun videos. So have a great night, blessed night, all the things, everybody. And I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Bye.